Back to another F1 2018 video. Today we're going to be looking at the 2009 Brawn, which so many people wanted to be in the game, and they brought it in the game. Now, for some reason when I did my speed comparison test, this car wasn't available to me, but then when I went and did it a few days later, I got this gameplay, so that's a bit confusing, but I'll go back and record the speeds and put them back into the comment section of that video. So what I'm going to do is talk over this part of the gameplay, and then later on I'm going to put some gameplay without me speaking over it. So you want to listen to this gameplay without me speaking to it, just skip about halfway through this video and you'll get to that point, and then hopefully you'll enjoy it without me speaking, because I know there'll be lots of people asking for a part of this gameplay without me speaking, because I thought I'm just going to put it all in one video so no one has to go elsewhere. So later on in this video I'll be not speaking at all, and you can listen, or yeah, you can listen to the lovely car without me speaking. So let's talk about this gameplay then. I love the Brawn. Basically, let's start off by saying that I absolutely love driving this car. It's absolutely fantastic. The car, it seems to have so much more grip than like the 2007, 2008 cars which are in the game as well, which is kind of weird. It also has a bit more poke, a bit more acceleration as well. You could probably see that off the start, and you'll see by the end of the straight here that the car just has a bit more top end, which is kind of weird to me, because I felt like surely that the 07 and 08 cars in my mind at least should be a little bit faster, but by the look of this, the 2009 car is a little bit quicker. I guess they didn't have, they hadn't really developed the downforce completely in the, how fluid it is through the air at this point. By 2010 it started to get there with the aerodynamics and how slick it was through the air, and cars like the Red Bull 2010, which are in this game as well, they're not very fast in a straight line. You can see here, I'm managing to get past the 07 Ferrari, or am I? I'm side by side with it, not quite right now, but you can see I'm putting up a good fight with it here, and if I was in the Red Bull I'd be really struggling in the top end speed wise. So I do manage to get down the inside there with a pretty bold move down the inside. I'm actually kind of surprised that stuck. I got the overtake done and I'm into the lead this race. And what I decided to do is actually have a multi-class race, something you can do in F1 2018. So I've got some of the old classic cars, like the 70s and 80s cars, racing around as well. I would like the option, I don't know whether Codemasters could do this, I would personally quite like the option to reverse the whole grid and maybe let the 70s and 80s cars start maybe 30 seconds in front, and then in the newer cars you try and chase them down. Something like that would be really interesting. Maybe you can put it in as a challenge or something, but personally I'd love for that to be a feature, because it's cool to have multi-class races, but it doesn't really mean much because the 80s and 70s cars are always just so far behind. So if that can become a feature, I'd really appreciate if Codemasters can do that, because I think that'd be really, really cool. I don't know about you guys watching this gameplay, I think it'd be quite cool to see me chasing down some of the 70s, 80s and even early 90s cars. So that's just an opinion. Maybe that could be implemented into the game, I do not know. But apart from that, the graphics of the 09 Brawn are really, really fantastic. A really, really well produced model, I'd say. Something that I think a lot of people wanted, because obviously we sort of had a 2009 Codemasters game, but it was only on Wii and it wasn't particularly fantastic, and obviously it wasn't really that realistic because you're having to use the Wiimote and all that, and that really doesn't really quantify a sim in a way. It's as sort of arcade-ish as you can get, really, but I guess some people liked it. But it's nice to have it finally in a proper Formula 1 game. Yes, Formula 1 2018 still isn't like iRacing or Project Cars in terms of sim, but it's not a million miles off something like Project Cars anymore. I'd say over the last couple of years they definitely fine-tuned the physics, fine-tuned it, and it's definitely not as arcade as it was in like 2010 and 2011, especially 2011 and 2013. I can't remember. I think it was 2011 and 2013 for me especially. Felt a little bit arcade-ish, but ever since 2014, in my opinion at least, I don't know that I'm just completely wrong, but maybe that's just because I've started using the wheel since 2014, I felt like it's got more and more realistic since. So I feel like they can go a little bit further with it. I know they try and appeal to the mass market, and I know they try to just get as many people playing the game as possible, but I would like to see a few more options to make it a little bit more realistic. That's just personal opinion, because I really enjoy driving on Project Cars and iRacing, and there still is just a little bit extra on the Codemasters Formula 1 games, which in terms of realism isn't quite there, but I still really enjoy them, if that makes any sense. It's just a different type of fun, I guess. In Project Cars or in iRacing or Assetto Corsa, you're enjoying it because it's a massive challenge. I guess you enjoy the Codemasters F1 games because they're just a lot of fun, and racing against the AI and all that is genuinely quite good. And that's something I've got to say in F1 2018. Okay, maybe it's not the best example, this gameplay, but racing against the AI is quite a lot of fun, and I'll be bringing out more videos in the future, specifically one round Monza in maybe tomorrow or in a couple of days time. One of the, hand on heart, best races I've ever had. 5 laps round Monza, the 2003 Williams. What an incredible race that was. I won't give away any other details on purpose, but it was a fascinating race, and I'm really looking forward to uploading that on YouTube for you guys. So we're on this last lap here with the Brawn, and yeah, I pretty much fell in love with driving this car in the first couple of corners of driving. I was like, oh my goodness, this car is awesome to drive. And it's one of those cars that I feel like, I'm not a time trial guy, but I could just sit on time trial just putting lap after lap after lap in this car once I got a good setup on it. And I should mention, all the videos I'm uploading have no setup on because, let's be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing in terms of setup on F1 games. Maybe on something like Project Cars or iRacing a bit more, but not really on F1. And yeah, I normally just wait for TRL Limitless or someone like that to upload some setups, and then I just copy them basically. So yeah, I'm looking forward to him doing his setup videos, or someone else doing setup videos, and being able to nab them at some point. So there we are. That's that race around Brazil. A really fun little race there in the Brawn. I really enjoyed it. As I said, one of the most enjoyable cars on this game to drive, if not maybe the most enjoyable. I suppose that's up to personal debate. But there we are. That's it for this video. Hopefully you'll enjoy the gameplay without me speaking over it. Listening to this car for 5 or 6 minutes is a pleasure. Let's just say that. It's really nice. It's really nice. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this gameplay coming up in a second. As always, please remember to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you are new. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys around soon. Goodbye.
That's a good start. Keep it up.
race. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Please remember to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and keep up to date on social media. It's @AlexZiafro on Instagram and Twitter. So be sure to tune into those social channels and YouTube over the next couple of days, because more content is coming. Thanks for watching. See you next time.